Hey, I think we're live. Good evening. Welcome to another New World Wednesday.
Hello.
We're back with the legendary Ty and Peddler. Hello, boys.
What's going on?
Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, a bit late, guys. That's absolutely my fault. I was roaming in Crowfall with the lads, trying to find some PvP. Didn't happen, but I was trying. Yeah. It's been mental. Like, I mean, my week personally has been absolutely crazy. I don't even know where to start. What we're going to talk about today is so we're on to now the penultimate update, unless they do another update, right? we're 1 week behind now. So it's about the expeditions today. So we're gonna go through that update. We're gonna look at there's not much to it, but I made an expedition update video, so I'll get to show that off a little bit. Then we'll briefly.
Video. Did you make a video?
I made a video, and we're gonna watch it together. Yay!
Made a video.
And then we're gonna discuss briefly all of the 4 expeditions. So we've got the Amrine Excavation, we've got Gardener Genesis, we've got Dynasty Shipyard, and then Lazarus Instrumentality. What a name!
Them names are just amazing.
And then what we're gonna do is kind of what we did last week. We're gonna chat about what we as a group and everyone here wants to see for what we would like to see for end game PvE content, essentially. We've come up with a couple of ideas ourselves, but yeah, I think it's important that there is some end game stuff for us to do outside of just PvPing. So I think we'll use this as a time to chat about it, and maybe some people will listen to us, and who knows,
Likely.
Yeah, us lot, yeah. Right, I am gonna stick some beautiful some New World background music on, because someone gloriously put the menu music on YouTube. So if you ever missing New World, guys, you can go and listen to the
If you're ever missing New World, are you serious?
the New World menu music. Which, here we go. Good to see you all. Spiv, Altair, Moomy, Peddler. Oh, that's you. You're here already. Miller, Strife. I'm a fan of your chant there. Wednesday's here. Alpha Keys we beg. With this chant we summon you, Greg. Hey. Do you have anything to say, boys, before we get straight into this?
Yeah, about your comment earlier, I'm always missing New World. Just to put that out there.
What's happened to your green screen behind your chair?
I don't know. I don't have a green screen. I don't have. Yeah, no. Oh, hold on.
What happened to your green screen, Ted?
It's a virtual one, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you were actually defending the gate, dude. New World, right?
Yeah, you
yeah,
pitch.
yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, it's actually a green screen. Never would have guessed. Amazing.
It's actually pretty.
I live in New World.
I should change your picture. Really, I just get lazy and don't change it. I just leave you in the same one. Same environment. Good evening, Craig. Good evening, Orange.
Polished, mate. Polished as always.
Right.
I did make it, Fred. I did.
Well, I'm sure everyone.
He wasn't in prison this time. He wasn't banged up with bummer.
Jesus. Right, let me do a little bit of spam there, and let me check if I've got this working. It's been a while, boys. It's been about a week. Heyo. Heyo. Here we are. I was I've cut my head off. I really enjoyed the, dare I say it in here, I mean everyone loves it, the Ashes of Creation dev stream the other day, and they had a really beautiful sort of layout to their stream that they did, and I was like, ooh, ideas. I might steal these.
Why don't you? You're the like video guy. It's your day job, man.
I know. I would like to
Sort it
refresh
out.
every few weeks just to kind of make it look a bit different and whatnot. But yeah, well, here we are. Okay, guys. So if you, how many of you have you read through this, boys?
No.
Same
No.
every week, Ty.
I don't read. I don't read, man. I don't read. It's just something I don't do.
It's all mine's always low. Danny's got us. We're low all the time.
Oh, really? Oh, my bad. How about now, boys?
Every week, they say the same thing, that we're quiet.
It's not you, boys. It's the lads in Crowford. You know, it's got to turn them down. They just chat rubbish. Sorry about that. My bad. It's not you. It's me. Brilliant. All right. Well, how about we kick off with a nice video made by someone special.
What a dad.
Have they got a YouTube channel?
Well, to be fair, I rewatched this just before we started, and to be honest, 90% of it is me sort of hyping up the
Rubbish?
Ice Gauntlet, and the rest of it's patch note reading. So, all right, let's watch it together. So
Let's watch it.
this was my take on. I don't even think it was this particular patch notes, but whatever. This has got an expeditions update in it. If you start talking, I'll pause so it doesn't. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to another New World update video. I'm a little late to the party of this one, but I was lucky enough to head out to Austria to film for an upcoming documentary. So I'm sure you've already had the chance to read through the updates, but I wanted to give you guys my take on it too. After a bit of teasing on Twitter, we finally have some proper footage of the Gauntlet. Okay, so this is still quite exciting, the Gauntlet. There was part of me who was happy there wasn't too much magic in the game yet. Coming from a Guild Wars 2 background where there was loads of magic, it was quite nice to have kind of a stripped back, like hand-to-hand combat. You know, just with bows and arrows, throwing spears, hatchets, and as I described it, you know, the fire staff and the light staff as, you know, Gandalf the Grey.
And then the alligator
Gandalf
calls
the
in.
White. There's magic in there, but
Chopping
it wasn't too much. I wasn't sure about the Gauntlet, but after seeing the visuals and a preview of the skills, this is actually pretty cool, and I am very excited to try it. So, breaking down the teaser video, we can see that there are symbols on the Gauntlet. Don't believe these are lore. Some sort of be taken as the exciting AoE kind of is very quick but perfect.
I'm thinking Ice Gauntlet Battle Axe is the way to go.
This is going to be awesome for territory wars and group PvP. We've also just got some more information about the 5-player expeditions. We now know that the Amrine Excavation has a level requirement of 25 and is meant to be like an introductory experience to expeditions. It also mentions that the puzzle difficulty and AI will also scale, which I hope means... So this actually jumps a little bit into what we were chatting before we come on, boys. Like, we'll talk about it later, but the whole idea behind like the PvE getting harder.
Yeah. I don't understand how like the puzzle difficulty is going to get harder though, unless it's like kind of raid mechanics, right? So, like sit on this point, hold it until, I don't know, the pressure plate fully drops or something, but you're getting hit by really strong enemies or something.
Maybe it's RL puzzles. Instead of finding 10 pieces, we got to find 2,000 pieces of them.
Yeah. Imagine.
Not difficult, just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Uncle Solo, no worries, man. Thanks for coming to say hi. And how you are not late. No worries, dude.
Mist made a good point there. The timed, maybe.
As
like
it's a
timed.
quicker.
Yeah. That'd be. That's a good shout, actually.
So, based on this update, I think we know that expeditions start at
25.
25, yeah, because this is the introduction expedition.
How did you know it was 25?
I don't know. There's just something here on my screen that gave it away.
Yes, at least
Ted just sits there and waits, man. He waits for something.
Like,
he just
bang!
waits. Yeah. He's like, oh, I can make fun of him now. Let's go.
So true.
this looks cool as well. Like potentially there being I don't know if it'd be end game materials, but some sort of materials, maybe locked behind the PvE side, so people will have to get involved and try them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been confirmed anywhere, but that would be pretty cool. Expedition at level 40, it will still be very challenging.
Actually,
hopefully.
they did say that some materials, right, are locked behind boss drops. Did they not?
I think I read somewhere.
I think they said something like that, so I could see that being a thing.
The drops will follow. Garden of Genesis has also been confirmed to be intended for endgame level 60 players, which will serve as a more challenging experience and also introduce different types of puzzles. These have both been released into alpha now, so if you're one of the lucky few, get on in and yeah.
Have we actually seen any gameplay of that yet?
Spear?
Yeah.
I don't think I have, no. That was it, to be honest. That was a pretty poor video in regards to content, but
great video. It's a great
video. Beautiful.
The spear's in it.
Great. Okay, so that's basically like the intro to the expedition. So we've got Amrine Excavation, which is the entry level one. We've got Garden of Genesis, which we know is the end game expedition. Then we've got 2 new ones, which actually come out in next week's update, technically next update, which is this Dynasty Shipyard and Lazarus Instrumentality. I believe that they've put the level requirements on there. I think. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, it doesn't. I'm just having a quick look at those ones. It doesn't seem to say what the levels were. Not in the patch notes, anyway. Unless I've been afflicted with Danneh's reading ability.
so I got a message. I got a couple of messages. One was saying that just because we are very heavily involved in New World doesn't mean that people outside are actually as like fanboy as us. So what I'll try to do is things like this that we would normally skip over. We'll try and explain it a bit. So for example, if you didn't know, expeditions require a group of 3 to 5 players to complete, and we're actively balancing expeditions against 5 players for the recommended level. We want players to form groups to take part in a cooperative piece of content, where they will then need to use teamwork to overcome challenges. Basically, like your standard dungeons. Yeah. I'm getting a bit of feedback from Ty, by the way. Just as a heads up.
From me?
Yeah.
Hold on.
This wasn't in the preview. For anyone who played preview, we know that this wasn't here. So this is something new that none of us has really got a chance to try yet, so we can't really comment on it apart from it sounds awesome. And here we go. Yeah, this is what you talk about, Ty. So the mechanics, bosses, and special loot unique to expeditions
Yeah.
will have a value on their own and provide a change of pace from the other activities. Constant fighting.
So I think the echo is actually you were being picked up by my mic somehow. Even though I have noise cancellation on. Crazy. You're that bassy, Dan. My bass headset.
I don't really sound like this. I just bought an expensive mic. Sound cool, you know? Have you got your hat yet, Ped, by the way?
No, they don't. They've not done one in the merch store. I'm trying to make them do one.
Should we make you your own? We have access to the logo.
Yeah, but that's what A's has done, and it's just not quite the same, I don't think. I want to be able to buy.
It's not being touched by an official New World member, even though it probably wasn't anyway.
No, but it's the Amazon Game Studio merchant store on Amazon, so that's where I got the hoodie and the t-shirt from. So
I tried to get myself some
to appear.
They weren't in stock.
The hoodie is, to be fair, the hoodie is wicked. It's really comfy. I wear it all the time.
Actually good quality, is it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Dutch, still waiting.
Mate, they're out there. They're out there. I just need to do some more designs. But there is a merch link on my Twitch somewhere. There is actually PG hoodies.
Hoodies.
You want a cheeky hoodie? Lucho says, I hope mechanics can be like, if you don't do them, you wipe. Thoughts, Ped? You want to get wiped if you don't do it right?
I think sort of that. Well, what we were talking about just before we jumped on air.
Live on air, baby.
Space for radio. Yeah, but maybe something that they could introduce, as content later on. Once there are a load of people at high level, as part of that sort of end game discussion we were talking about. Maybe they could introduce expeditions that were, just as Luco was saying, the mechanic would be you wipe if you don't do them. So like Type was talking about with ESO, they could add the same type of expedition, but for top level players that are basically much harder.
So in ESO, you have things in like endgame raids, veteran dungeons, where you have to do a certain amount of damage before a certain amount of time, and then you get wiped if you don't do enough damage. So things like that would be good, I'd say.
I just want like some mega boss that has some actually good mechanics. So as a lot of you guys know, we've hopped into Crowfall as a bit of a training ground pre New World, just to try and work on comms and get pissed off at each other when we're not crafting right and all that sort of stuff. Just figure it out, whatever. But the bosses in this game, you run up to them, they just stand there, and it's so boring. Not like shitting on Crowfall or anything, but what I want to see from New World is just like proper. I don't know. I want to get my ass kicked, and scream.
The combat has to be interactive. Like you have to be, and even like back now. To be fair, the PvE content in the preview when we played, some of the lower mobs, it was kind of mindlessly clicking, but that was because of the stun lock, right? Like all you had to do was catch them in a stun lock, and that was it. Yeah. But now that the stun lock's changed, I feel like the combat's going to be a lot more about actually picking your timing and dodging correctly and stuff like that. So I think that in itself will already make the combat very, very interactive.
One thing that they've said is that I think you can go into, for example, the Amrine Excavation, which is the level 25 expedition. If you go in there as a level 60, it should be harder, right? So what I'd love to see is if you go in at level 30, the bosses or the mobs, even just the mobs, will start to do different things and will, I guess, kind of evolve as you evolve. Does that?
Sure.
Do you know what I
mean? Yeah.
So there's obviously going to be some level of repetition after you do it 1,000 times, but that would be super cool to have all these new mechanics like appear as you scale up.
Yeah.
To be fair, when we played in the August preview, right? Remember, I mean, I can never remember where it was, but do you remember where we fought that? We were supposed to fight that boss on that disc, and I think we determined that it was broken. But do you remember how hard it was just fighting those creeps there?
Yeah. Like, you get swarmed.
Yeah, and so I think there's definitely a level of difficulty with the bosses already. So if they've tweaked that, then
instead of it just an actual like difficulty like increase, there's other things that they could do. Like I think I probably am completely wrong here, but I think Destiny did it. I remember playing it years ago where you'd go into like this event and there would be like what would you call it, kind of like negative effects that would happen. So it'd be like, oh, you only start with half a mag in your gun all the time, or you take like health damage instead of shield damage or something like that. Like if they did those kind of things, even for the dungeons where every week there was like a weekly rotation on negative effects for endgame, so you'd have to do a dungeon, let's say, with only one primary weapon, or you'd have to do a dungeon, like there'd be multiple things that would basically affect you, so less health from healers or something like that, and it would just make the dungeon much more difficult, but there's still a strategy to it, you could still work around it, you know.
Envy's talking about sort of WoW dungeons. It's like I don't know WoW at all. I think I remember playing it like feels like 15 years ago or something, like back in the day when it felt all fresh and new. But I never really stayed or got into it.
Yeah, so Envy's basically saying it there, and same with Symbian. It's basically like, you know, boons and curses, like things like, I don't know, poison affects you 10 times as much or something like that. And then you have pros too. So it's like, oh, swords do 10 times more damage or something, you know. It gets you to play a different way.
It's like tying up your team and
Yeah.
play better, basically.
Yeah.
Get better as you go.
It makes like the same dungeon different, you know, without doing anything, because you go in there and play differently. But
yeah, the thing is, they've got lots of options, right? Because, you know, they've obviously got to drop content once the game's up and running over time, add new content. So they've kind of got lots of options that they could introduce, whether it's new dungeons or whether it's, you know, WoW type mythic environments or whatever it is. That they can kind of do what they want, right? In terms of the world's their oyster in adding new stuff.
Sure.
Do you think that they had these, like, I keep coming back and thinking it was just this mega marketing plan to like fake the release and then push it back? Because, like, do you think that they've created all these expeditions, you know, since preview, or
no?
It's got to be something pre-planned, right?
I don't think so. I honestly think they just put their head down and like if you think of, obviously they were paid, like people like Shroud and stuff like that was playing the game when it first. Maybe they weren't paid. I could be wrong, but like, yeah, Shroud and Asmongold and all those, you know, high tier names playing it. I think once they seen that they had something there, you know, like they picked up and that everybody was enjoying it, but there just wasn't that content. They're like, right, you know, this is a serious game. Like, it's not your typical AAA game that is AAA for 10 years. It's like a new game out of the blue.
Yeah.
So I think they're really trying to push now into the gaming scene, which they're doing a really good job of it so far, and the game isn't even out yet. But I just think the work that they're putting into this has been since preview. Obviously, there would have been things there that they've already planned. Like, they definitely planned it, but I don't think they had it in production until now, because I feel like they would have forced it into the preview, you know?
Just picking up what some of the boys said. Lucho said if they would add expedition specific armor sets. So there's definitely where was it? I can't remember. There are things that are locked, or there's things that are locked behind the expeditions that you have to do within an expedition.
It talks about lore, doesn't it? At the top of that page, it talks about lore being specific to some of the dungeons. So what would be cool is then that they have a lore timeline that you get lore specific drops, which would, you know, I mean, if they've got that amount of additional content, would be amazing for people like Tight Eyes who love a bit of role playing. So he could go like New World hardcore role playing.
No, that's not. Yeah.
And
no.
We'll just make a prison in our town. We can
do you know what?
In there. And Banana can be the jailer.
Ped, I am gonna have a folder just based on clips of me whooping your ass in New World. Like, it's not even gonna be funny. And then I'm gonna upload that 60-hour video on my YouTube and be famous. Okay, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, I won't care. I'm going to be walking around in a skirt made of paper. Like,
oh god, picking up your hemp, mate.
You won't care, but it'll give me my ego, so it's okay.
I'll be like picking flowers in my my legendary horticultural outfit.
Oh, legendary pickup. In short, Lucho, yes, there looks like there's going to be gear specific to the expeditions. We don't know if it's based around armor or not. It just says special loot, so we like special loot, right? All right, moving on. Each expedition will tell its own story and be its own unique experience. Blah 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 blah. Okay. In each expedition, with pieces of loot and gear that are unique to that experience. So it says it when we read it. Brilliant.
Yeah, I told you.
we should read these more often, boys. It tells us what we want to know.
maybe we need to add a like a requirement that you have to be able to read English, not I can't even remember.
You gotta be able to speak English first, mate.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to do the quote from the movie where I can't even remember the movie now. You're gonna have to Google it because I don't read and write too good or whatever it is. Anyway, but yeah,
struggling.
We're screwed. We're just screwed. Totally screwed.
Sorry, my new world menu music stopped then and started playing some deep house tunes. Instead of just increasing the animal difficulty in successive expeditions, the mechanics and puzzles are going to vary. For example, AI sets for bosses and mini bosses will differ, and loot tables will be unique to each expedition. I don't know how much of a variety they have yet, but I'm guessing again this is something that they can constantly keep adding to, right? If they have 10 expeditions by the time the game launches or whatever the hell there are, in 2 months' time they can say, right, this and this and this has all been added to the Amrine Excavation, so everyone will go back and start replaying them. So I think there's replayability there, but I don't know how boring it would get,
But is that I'm I don't know. It's New World Wednesday, and I've lost the ability to read and write. But is that saying the loot tables? So where it's saying the loot tables will be unique for each expedition.
Yep.
Is that saying that if you do that expedition 1,000,000 times, depending on how much loot is in the loot table, you'll have to do it X number of times to get the top loot from that expedition? Is that what it's saying?
I think what it's basically saying that the Amrine Excavation, you could get X type of armor, and then in Dynasty Shipyard you'll get X type of armor. But I could go and do it run number 1 and get the sexiest armor out of it. I believe. I don't think it says you have to do it 10 times to get the best armor. It'll be RNG sort of stuff,
I think by that it is basically that. It's just like, imagine an inventory within the game, and every time you do it, you get one piece randomly out of that inventory. You can't get anything else outside of that table. Maybe you can just get the basic default stuff that normally drops in the open world, but as far as like, there might be either one, maybe even 3 gear sets, right? So you've got like the light, medium, and heavy armors, which is what Elder Scrolls Online does as well. And each dungeon has a specific set for each one of those heavy, medium, and lights. So in order
to keep doing the dungeon to get the full set.
Exactly. Because you might do it and get heavy, but you want light, so now you have to farm it even more to get all the pieces of light, basically. So, which I enjoy that. I like that. If that is the way they're doing it, I do like that because it gives you a reason to farm it.
But then they could link, depending on sort of what lore route they want to follow, they could link that you have to do all the expeditions to get a specific item of loot from each of those expeditions, which gives you the full set.
Could be cool. They've sort of done it with the quests, haven't they? Where they've said you need to do X, Y, Z quests to get to this quest to then get this shit. I think there's professional terminology.
Would you? That's a good question, actually. Would you prefer that, or would you prefer random? Now, think of long term, right? You got to think, if you're getting some sort of currency, like say for instance the faction currencies and stuff like that, where you buy your faction armor, right? If they did that the same way with dungeons, do you not think they'd just get stale very quick? Like, you kind of just do your 10 runs, get the set of armor when you're max level, and then be done with it? Or do you think it's better to have just random drops, like Lucho says there, the boss drops a piece of armor at the end of it or something like that, or maybe there's a couple of bosses throughout the dungeon and each one of them has a chance to drop your armor. It does drop a piece, but you're looking for medium, so you have to fight it 3 times over or 4 times over to get your set.
But that's what I'm saying with the loot table, right? So imagine that boss in the Amrine Excavation drops, like a chest armor as the part of that armor set, but you can get it in light, medium, or heavy.
Yeah.
But you can also get it from whatever the green tier was all the way up to orange legendary. So you'd have to keep going back to it to get the legendary the weight that you wanted.
Yeah.
It could be both, right? You could have sort of some drops that are specific to that expedition that give you maybe just like a visual, like a visual update to your armor rather than an actual armor piece, because we know that crafting is the end game armor. Expedition drops and PvP drops won't matter at end game, but maybe some visual stuff for like
there might be some good hybrid builds there though, like half, you know what I mean, like 3-piece crafted 4-piece dungeon armor or something. There could be some serious builds that you can make from it. Like, I wouldn't see why not, but I don't think I want them to get the right medium, right? Because if they just do crafted pieces are the best armor, which I get it should be the case, but if they're like way excelling like all the armor in the game, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like clans like us get into endgame with all their crafters. What's the point in them doing the dungeons after that? Like, why? They wouldn't even need to do it. They just have to get their crafters to get up there and then craft them armor.
That's what we talked about the other, was it last week or we just in Discord, where we said what would be amazing was you do the end game content, right? So you do the hardcore bosses and you get the legendary item drop, but you then give it to your master craftsman that can pimp it out. So it is literally the most pimped out item in the game. But the only way you can achieve that is by getting the legendary item from the boss and giving it to effectively a legendary crafter. Because that would be amazing. Because then that means you have to keep everyone involved.
That would be good, but it still would end up having that same effect, because you'd have the crafters that then would eventually, like, you got to think long term. The crafters are going to end up being, crafters at the beginning or whatever, but then they're going to be into the PvE content. They're going to be maxed out with their own armors that they're making. They're going to be doing a lot of damage. They can easily just go to these dungeons, farm it, and then next thing we have a new guy, say Danneh, doesn't get the game on launch or something. He joins in, grinds his way up to 60, and then we're just like, oh, here you go, Danneh, here's your max armor, there you go. We'd already have that stuff. Danneh, I just used you as an excuse. It's okay.
I hope it's similar to Guild Wars, where you have the legendary stuff or the legendary gear, weapon, whatever it may be, which is better, but it takes you half a year to get this stuff, or even
that's
longer.
What I was going to say. It takes you so long to get.
It's not like a huge difference that if all I did was craft, I'm actually quite bad at PvP, that you could still beat me with drops from these places, because it's the combat isn't sort of tab targeting. I can actually dodge your moves and things like that, so I could still beat you even if you got legendary stuff. But obviously it's going to give you an advantage. I just wanted to jump in quickly what Spiv was saying, especially saying if you buy a package ranging the cost for NPC in one area and you take it to a NPC in another area, didn't they have that with wasn't like the PvP delivery quests or some sort of quest where I think if you died you just get reset back, you don't lose the package? But we had delivery quests, right, in the preview?
We did, yeah. So yeah, that was just going A to B. Like, it would give you like a random quest item in your inventory and you just had to No, what it would do was it would tell you, so you'd take the quest from the city, you'd have to go to this area, like this POI on the map, loot a bunch of boxes, because that's the way the quest was back then. I hope they're not like that still. Just I think it was like 3 chests you had to loot, and then you just had to run your way back to the city and then deliver the items that you got from the chest.
Yeah, so I think what Spiv suggested is awesome because it would make it a bit more interesting. Maybe like marked you on the map to say this guy or girl has a high value package on them.
Yeah.
I'm like carrying a Reaper's flag and Sea of Thieves. You just become a target, and everyone comes and blats you.
That's what I was saying to you last week before we started. That's what I said about the forts. If you remember, like I'd love like some sort of. I think I've seen it. I've never played Albion, but I've definitely seen it, where you get like all these materials and you have to transport them to another city, and then they're all on little carriages and stuff, and then people can PvP that carriage and take the stuff.
Yeah, I think Symbian said there, caravan system. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty fun, pretty far out, but like, it would be one of those. What would it be like? It would be like a quick PvP kind of. You'd have to get everybody together just to protect your caravan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be like Robin Hood. It would be like
yeah.
The Sheriff of Nottingham collecting your taxes, and you're rolling them from Everfall to Reekwater, and flipping Robin Hood jumps out of the bushes and nicks it all.
Yeah.
I mean, but then we'll just be walking around with the target on our head because whatever server we end up in, we'll be like, let's just go and pump
exactly
gaming.
But that could be a good thing to knock. I do quote Zerg because but like Zerg down is like. Oh, there's only like 30 of them on, but they have to do this really important trader route or something to get their supplies to this city. Let's just go hit them and then knock them back a few pegs, something like that.
Reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. They do the
the trader routes. Yeah,
and it pings you up on the map, and you got like the cowboys coming in.
Yeah. And they can either blow the caravan up and take the pieces individually, or they can kill you, take the caravan, and sell it themselves. Like,
it would be epic, but it would be like, it's not. There's going to be so. We're going to need like 20 companies because we'll be busy defending forts, we'll be busy fighting in settlement wars.
Well,
that we're going to do it. Danny's like, I'm going to do a caravan run now. I need 50 people. Cheers, dickhead.
No, but that's what I mean. It would be a thing that let's say made you money, right? It wasn't necessarily. Let's say you. Okay, how about this? You know the way you have treasury systems in the game, right? So each. Actually, I think it's just global one treasury. But say now that every single town that you had was a separate treasury, and in order to upgrade Everfall, we have all our money in, I don't know, some other town that we own.
Yeah, but remember, we can send the money to other places, can't we? I thought we could with the company bank.
Yeah, you can, but you have to withdraw it first, and there was a timer on the withdrawal, if you remember. You couldn't keep withdrawing. Was it? I think there was a timer on withdrawing money. I'm nearly sure.
I don't think so, because I remember at the end, we took it all out and we were just splashing it, mate.
Right. Well then, let's say they did put that in though, and it takes you you can only take 3 amounts of money out a day or something like that from your treasury. Well, in order to do a quick upgrade, what you could do is send a caravan with 20,000 gold or something to Everfall from Morningdale, and now you've got your little PvP segment. It wouldn't take long. I'd say it'd be about 15 minutes. Say the caravan goes fairly fast, and you're able to keep up with it, hopefully. But you know what I mean? Something
it's a cool
like
idea.
that.
Definitely a cool idea. I think it's I guess it sort of goes back to the whole PvP fort control point things that they're bringing in, just to entice more PvP. This would be really fun as well, and maybe a sort of a crossover from PvE to PvP, which would be fun.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I think rare resource. So if you had like Lucas just said, I think that would be. Or even just make it a quest, right?
Sure.
But you get a company or a company centric quest where it's transport these materials to this location because you'll get an awesome reward for doing it, and you're like, you can have 20 people in your caravan, and then a 20-person, company or 20-person group could attack you on the route, but it becomes instant, so only they can attack you. Otherwise it could be like there's 20 of you doing a caravan and like 800 people come and blast.
That's what it's about. Open world PvP,
So,
boy.
Here's another thing, actually, I wanted, just before we move on there. So, you know how we had a lot of money in the preview? And that was only a week we were on it, or whatever it was. We had like a couple mil at one point, right? Something like that.
I think
a
we
mil
had
and a half.
like 300,000-400,000 gold or something.
Oh, was it? It was only that.
It
I
wasn't
thought we
as
had
much, yeah.
But
it was a lot.
the upgrades for the cities, they weren't that expensive. They were like 10k, 20k. Do you think that needs to be balanced? Do you think, because that's something that could be overlooked, and then you've got just like this massive power surge after a while where people just have so much money that nothing's, the market isn't, it's flooded with so much stuff and so much money that it just doesn't matter. You can buy legendaries all you want, kind of thing.
Yeah. Was that not all dialed down for the preview?
But that's what I'm.
Low, money was low.
So even with that, do you think that's the case? Do you think it was just because the preview, it was a preview and they wanted people to test stuff, or do you think that's kind of where they're going with it?
I think money and everything will be harder to get for release. I think they effectively expedited everybody level quickly and experience as much of the game as possible in that 10-day window we had for preview, because that kind of makes sense. But I thought, certainly, at least the rumor on the street is that XP is going to take a lot longer to get, money is going to take a lot longer to hoard, all those things. So, but that in itself makes the game, it'll make the game last longer just by dialing that stuff up, won't it? So, yeah.
Well, if we become billionaires quite quickly and start taking over, then they're gonna have to do something about it, and it'll be the same with other big groups. I think they should be able to find a way. And I guess maybe like a lot of the coin sink will go into buying mats, or buying things off the market again, salvaging them and all that sort of stuff.
See, that'll be the nice thing.
Yeah. So for you guys who don't know, this Amrine Excavation dungeon is the sort of the backstory behind it. I've just been reading it, so I've just learned. Is some dude, some archaeologist, Simon Gray, and his team have been missing for some time. It sort of it gives me like the Mines of Moria vibes, going into underground caves and all that sort of stuff. Long story short, they've got in there, they've got lost, and by the sounds of it, we as players need to go in there and find them. What I'll do is see if I can not mess this up. While we chat a bit, I should be able to find some video around this particular expedition. See if I can find which
Symbian says we can't make expectations on the preview anyway. Yeah, but that's all we've had to see, Symbian.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah. That's all we've had to see.
But what Luco says, they're taxpayers depending on how much money they have. I think, obviously, if you own the settlement, you set a taxation rate. You can't just target individuals and go, he's Barry Big Balls with loads of Wonga. We can tax him 50%.
Brilliant. Yeah, you boys make a good point. Like, so much has changed since the preview. We everything that we talk about here is just speculation and coming up with,
and it's what we've seen from our own eyes so far. Like
fun ideas and what we experienced. So don't take everything that we say.
Don't take anything we say. Don't.
Especially not Ped, not that guy, not him.
So, if you wanted to see, here's a few pictures from this particular. Oh God, I broke it, boys! I actually broke it. Look at that.
You've broken it.
Don't blame me. It's their created asset bank. It's
Careful.
not me.
Careful.
I mean, it's not them, it's me. Sorry, man. So this.
Is that a puzzle?
Yeah. I mean, what it's got here is translation. Translation. That's what it says. I think there's a video somewhere.
Like you need a mage to do the puzzle.
Possibly, yeah. Something.
Or is that an NPC?
No, that's a 5-person team group, isn't it, for the expedition?
Yeah,
Where's the 2 other people?
They're out there hanging out the outside in prison.
One's the cameraman.
One's the cameraman.
This here must have some relation to the puzzles that they've been talking about. So, I don't know how, what, why, or when. I'm hoping that all these symbols here, maybe like as it gets harder and harder, you've got to interact with maybe this sort of stuff here to activate some shit here to then, I don't know, cross the bridge or whatever the hell it may be. Something like this would be cool.
The NPC on the other side of that bridge.
Yeah, this looks like one of the. Can you see on my mouse?
Looks
here?
like it's got a tail.
Yeah, so some of them have, like, they released the pictures of like a bat-like thing with a big old.
Oh yeah, I've seen
arms. But yeah, hopefully this
So-
has.
Do you reckon that picture right there is them doing the dungeon? So if you go back to the last photo,
Yeah, I reckon that's them own.
do you think?
dungeon.
Yeah, do you think that's them, his friends, doing the puzzle while he's up there protecting the whatever?
Yeah, this dude's got a different hat on actually. So
Yeah.
if it's all from the
What's-
same, what's the date?
Yeah, so no, but look at the symbol in the middle in the triangle is exactly the one on the stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
it
the
is
direction.
the same symbol, so I think it's a gateway or something. So
I'm
there's
hoping
a
it is
sequence of symbols probably to close the bridge, so you can.
I've already broken the puzzle, boys. Go back to the last photo. Watch this. Easy. We're getting inside the dungeon now.
Just
That's
a quick
it.
one. Ekas with a raid. Thank you, bro. Nice to see you. Big love. Welcome to New World Wednesdays team. Thank you. Okay, go. Let's go.
The triangle is pointing left on that rock, which means upstairs he's got to turn the rock to the left, and he probably do that by hitting the little orb. Done. We're in. We've won. We've won.
Let's go.
We
Code
won.
has been cracked.
We won.
We won. We're inside.
Hype in chat for Ekas, boys. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's not just a sort of, really basic, and I hope there is real depth to these puzzles and these things. But I mean, we won't know until we know. Do you know what I mean? Love it. Really brilliant. What else we got in here? Here we go. Big bad boy. What I in love about this is my whole camera world outside of New World is all about sexy depth of field, and I know you can turn it off in games and whatnot, but just that, it just looks sweet. It looks like the same three people here as the one before. Musket. The fire staff, man. That is.
It looks so beautiful.
So cool. I just hope it looks like that, like proper. I hope you can turn off the UI.
I remember.
Turn on like a sexy mode and it looks like this.
I remember the frames used to take a punch in the face whenever there was a flame stab.
we should just go like full fire squad.
Imagine just DDoS everybody and
50-man fire staff.
I don't think it's allowed.
Okay,
The amount
okay.
of abuse that
one-
those few mages that existed in pirate gaming and preview,
Yeah.
while the rest of you are going around waving your big old hammers. and
That's one
swords and
thing we need
shields,
to do,
And
though.
now you're all flipping. Oh, I want to be a flame boy.
Yeah.
Nish,
We need to
nish.
do that. We need to get everybody lined up. All of us, like 100 of us, all lined up using flamethrowers and just all use a flamethrower at the same time, just to see what it looks like, and just to see if it crashes the server. That would be nice too.
50-man flamethrower team. We'll come up with these things that we need to do when beta comes in.
Yeah, man.
See if we can break the game in kilts. So I mean, we expect that this is maybe not an end boss, but some sort of boss. I don't know. He doesn't look. It looks awesome, but he doesn't. He looks like
I've
Again,
seen.
Because it reminds me of Mines of Moria, like an orc or whatever.
I've seen a couple of clips of multiple of those guys on the screen at once, so I don't think he's a big boss. Like he's not like a brute kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, they had the bubble in here. So this is obviously from a while ago. The bubble is not a thing anymore.
That's just teasing now, to be honest. That's false advertising right there.
Yeah, this is the thing I thought was on the bridge.
Oh, I haven't seen that before.
Looks well cool.
That actually looks really good. I wonder how they got these screenshots. Like, just on an offline version of the game, they can pause it or something.
I mean, yeah, like that's like it's a great shot. Yeah, good idea. I have no idea. So this is an elite enemy, some sort of elite enemy. This also is an elite enemy, according to the image title.
There was one of those in. I'm nearly sure there was one of those in the swamp area, as a boss, like a world boss. There was one of those guys.
Don't remember. I remember they're all being ghost type.
Yeah.
Dudes, this guy looks like he's got a bit of a beastie hammer here, which he didn't have before. I don't know if he's. Oh, maybe he did. Yeah. Just more glowy now. But I mean, this looks like it's all from the same expedition, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Lots of content.
That is sweet.
Yeah, Bija Cat says in Weaver's Fen. Yeah, I'm nearly sure there was one of those guys in Weaver's Fen. Those wraith-looking
Yeah,
dudes.
the ghouls. That's where all the ghouls hung out.
Yeah, but there was like a legendary, or not a legendary, but a named world boss that looked exactly like him.
This guy looks like a boss material, but again, he's just named as an elite enemy. I'm hoping we
That's the same one.
Is it?
That's the orc guy. Yeah.
Maybe just a different variation because oh no, he does. Yeah, he does have the thing on his head. Sorry.
Yeah.
Paying zero attention.
I'm typing.
Do you? I think there was, I believe, some videos in here. Check DMs. Is it that important? Not nudes again, I hope, Symbian.
I'll show them on stream.
Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at these.
I'm nearly sure we fought one of those in preview.
Say again?
I'm nearly sure we fought one of those in preview somewhere.
Possibly.
I think.
Possibly. Sound effects in this game, just on point. Oh, hey, Sandy's down. Look at the firebow, man. That looks.
Look at that lock on, man.
Wicked. Look at his bow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sandy. Let's go.
Oh, getting slapped.
So, yeah, that is cool. It's a common boss type. Yeah, I don't remember how the aggro worked, to be honest, in preview. I just remembered us fighting PvP. I don't remember trying to properly aggro more bosses or anything like that.
I remember the aggro switching all just randomly on preview.
There's no like taunts or anything, is there? That I know of.
Ancient Azoth seal.
I remember seeing this. Hold on. Gamepad?
Oh no, I was just replying to MVT's message. I don't remember them saying how the threat system would work.
Yeah. I don't think it's like anything official. Drac, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Yeah, nothing official yet. I mean, that is just cool in itself. Those doors opening.
There's Ped in his little cloth skirt.
So this might have changed, to be honest. Like the Azov staff has changed. It changes based on your level now, or something like that. Or the staff has levels.
It levels, doesn't it? Or you need a higher level one to do the higher corrupted portals and stuff.
It's the same thing, different angle. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video of them actually interacting with that rock.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Let's translate. Use the Azov staff to translate the Azov scripts in the excavated caverns. By the looks of it, it's not as exciting as we'd hoped. It looks like you just got up to and hit E, but I'm hoping there's...
Well, there's another video of that guy by the seal as well. So,
there is more than...
Find the broken vestibule. See the, fourth one? Top?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Uh-huh.
He's not lit up there now.
Oh.
That actually sounded really good. Holy
Phew.
Oh, hello.
So it looks like it's just some sort of pressure plate.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
So maybe you have to get a bunch of people to stand on them.
Activate
To open the way.
Canna. Wait, is it different people? Yeah, so this one.
Yeah.
Musket dude. So, yeah. Yeah, you must be right. Sound effect. Yeah. What else we got here? POV candle. That's the others we've seen.
What?
Place the hallowed candle on the spectral shrine. Maybe you pick up something through the expedition, and then you get to a certain point to do something else. Wasn't that thrilling, was it?
Yeah, it's like they got that epic, pressure plate, and then you just place a candle.
Nice little fire remote there, though. Animation comes out of rock. Nowhere near the candle. What else we got on here? I think that's it with the video for expeditions. I'm sure there's more. So that is kind of the gist of the Amrine excavation. While we quick chat, I'll have a quick look at this through the library and see if there's anything else that maybe could be quite exciting for us.
Candles are important. Can summon demons. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the sound effects on this game are insane.
Oh, we got some gifts here.
Some wee gifts.
Okay, Naloth, the game will be streamable, like Spibster said, July when the beta opens. Unless Amazon pulled an absolute blinder and decided to do it early just as a, hey everyone, you've been living through the zombie apocalypse, here, have the game in June.
Could you imagine?
Oh, mate, that'd be like an epic marketing win.
Lose my mind. Please no, I took time off. To be fair, I think a lot of people have already messaged and said, right, I've got like 4 weeks off ready for beta and
That's
game
Cal.
on.
Cal's
Yeah.
taken leave for every proposed date, hasn't he? And then he's having to change it. Where is the madman anyway?
This is pretty solid. I think he gets up for work at like 2 a.m. So he's always in bed. Wednesday time. This is pretty sweet, man. The only thing I don't like here is this. Watch how the guy. Oh, let me switch screens. I've got to switch as much as I can, guys, to make use of the transition we got. Watch how the guy's feet essentially just glides along. That's the only thing I've seen that's a bit shite. But when he gets smacked, like the knockback animation is pretty solid. It all looks pretty good. I just hope it doesn't make much difference, but it'd be nice if these little things get sort of fixed up and whatnot. I don't know from a engineering point of view how possible that is, but it's pretty cool.
I think he does a 180 dodge, but he like pulls himself back up. I think it's just part of the animation. I don't think it's actually going to spin you around.
Yeah, like at the end of it, he's sort of coming back facing away. It's pretty cool, man. Oh. Was there any other good stuff in here for the expeditions? Not sure. Anyway, I'll have a little look through it shortly. So the next one, the next expedition they told us about is Garden of Genesis. So this is in the zone, or the we classed as sort of the end game zone when we played the preview, which is that very pretty, flowery, get your ass kicked by everything zone that we tried to do, I think, 20 levels below what we should have been.
What was that boss we were fighting on the bridge? Was it a bull? It was something on a bridge we were fighting, or it might have even been the ogre.
It's some big ogre-looking thing, but it had the like the cosmetics of, had all flowers and it's like geared to. It looked like these guys really did it. Okay, so I don't know if it actually says it here. Let me just have a quick look. So Indian Grove survivalist Elwood has discovered a garden where the Angry Earth are born. I'm assuming the Angry Earth are some type of mob, these guys here. Like the rest of Eden Grove, the garden has been infected with a mysterious blight. If allowed to spread, the blah 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 blah, players must face the garden's protectors in order to penetrate the nursery's primordial heart. Basically get in there and kick ass, purge the blight. An endgame exhibition intended for level 60 players. I don't think... let me just pull up on the other monitor and have a look through, but I don't think there's any content released of this yet. I don't think we can see anything.
Garden of Genesis? No.
Yeah.
I've looked for it. I can't find anything on it.
I'm pretty sure there's some cool screenshots that have come out of the area.
The only thing I get when I search for that is a bunch of quotes from the Bible.
So we do have this, which is Garden of Genesis vibes. Like it could just be in Eden Grove, or it could be in... Basically, you the chances of facing something like this.
We definitely didn't see this, did we, in preview?
No, that's completely new.
So this is called a Spriggan, and remember the end game boss?
Like, was a Spriggan, wasn't it?
Was a Spriggan, right?
Yeah.
So potentially this is like
his babies.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that looks pretty big.
There we go. I mean, it doesn't look big here, but if you let's see if I can zoom in. No, tits. I can't. So
I mean, it's kind of crouched, right? Or it's like coming out of the ground or something.
Sorry, I can't zoom in. But can you see at the bottom here? There's the guy with the hammer, I think.
Oh, really?
I think this here is the dude with the hammer. Let me do
EJ said it's an Angry Earth Spriggan. Now that
Hold Alt and scroll wheel up.
I tried to zoom in, like with the whole control and zoom, and it just re-shrinks the picture. One more plan. Oh!
There we go. Oh yeah, so that's pretty big.
The quality's held actually. So yeah, there's a player there with his hammer.
That is big.
I think that's an arrow sticking out of the side of it as well.
Oh, there goes my camera.
Man down, man down. Man down. So Type's still here, but he's not here.
I've got a feeling Luco's right, actually. I'm sure there was a video of a group of people fighting this in a forest from preview. I'm sure I remember seeing something.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
this not one of the? Is this not one of the world bosses?
No, dude. I think this is like. Look at the size of it.
No, that's what I mean. Is this not one of the world bosses that roams?
I don't think so.
I create you a fake
Love it. I love it. Oh wow. Yeah, get off your high horse, Pat.
Sorry, we digress.
So pretty.
This is kind of cool. I mean, from the environment, actually, it looks like it is an instant space. You know what I mean? Like you can't go behind it anywhere. Everything looks like it's blocked off. So this could be, to be honest, part of this new expedition.
I thought it. Oh right, yeah.
No confirmation. Like no one said this is part of expedition, and even the titles are just brigand casting slide. Doesn't say anything, but this could be pretty cool.
Yeah, but okay. So if you zoom in, oh god, on the actual page itself, and just below Garden of Genesis, if you zoom in on the the picture with the female character with the spear.
Yep.
The NPC that's in the middle with the crazy ass bow looks like that brigand, just smaller. So
yeah.
that could well be the inside of where they're headed.
This here, maybe. Yeah. So this looks like the door.
Yeah.
All of the enemies in Eden Grove pretty much had that like effect on them.
Same vibe.
Yeah, glow. It was like glow, or it was like poison, like flower toxic guys, or there's always kind of that vibe in Eden Grove.
Yeah, but like there's a doorway there in that picture. I reckon.
True, yeah.
That's on the inside of it potentially.
Oh,
I think that is the boss, 100%. Oh my god, wow.
That's cool. I can't believe I haven't seen this yet. Looks like it's got an epic hairdo. Look at it. What is that? Is that his hand?
That's his arm, yeah.
I just see it as like his hair coming over like a mohawk.
Just head bangs the ground, dude.
Whipping you with his hair, dude.
He's just a metal head spriggan.
Groot on steroids.
See the guy with the sword and this shit. He's like, oh my god, get me out of here.
Yeah. Why is the guy... You notice that guy holding the staff not doing anything? What is he doing?
He's cooling fire down. No, he's...
Oh, that's a healing staff.
Oh, no, that's a healing staff. Is this... Yeah, it is, yeah.
Maybe he's targeting the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, when he's the guy's walking towards him, that he sort of starts to look to the left. And trying to hit his buddy.
Why is he... Look at the... What's that green stuff coming off the mage? Has he got, like, toxic poisoning or something?
Eden Grove had a poison to it.
Yeah.
We kept getting our ass kicked every time we fought a mob or something.
Oh, that's when you had to eat the food that gave you the buff against it, like the corrupted.
Correct. Yeah. Roll to root smash. BJ says Dev said that there are 2 high-level arenas and 1 low-level. We got one of those high-level arenas in the preview. The Spriggan is from the second one.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the first one that we got in the preview was that guy. He had a very similar arm to that, actually. Do you remember the corrupted monster in the church?
Yep. Shit. What's this from?
Yeah, I think they're all poisoned.
Lucho, what's this from?
What is it?
That link that Lucho dropped.
Yeah, I mean it's on YouTube. So let's have a
Yeah.
watch.
But it's from preview, so
20, I don't remember.
Wait, you
this.
could fight this in preview?
yeah. So you got into the Spriggan arena. But I think isn't that what Lucho's saying? This is a different one. This video's of the other one.
Oh, that's thrusting devil. I like it.
Why is he grey like that?
Got the flamethrower out.
Todo mundo usou food, né?
I can't believe we didn't do this. Night UK, hello. Give me 200 grace already. Yeah. Someone posted some like a link on Reddit last week and suggesting that there'd be space for like 5 more weapons. So fingers crossed, man.
Bravo, bicho, hein?
I can't believe we didn't even do this, man. This is probably why our PvE rating was low, boys.
This is because you were too busy shouting big damage in wars.
Mate, we were going to war, not find Spriggans.
To be fair, all our time was in wars.
Yeah.
Wars and up in the north.
Whoa, that was some big damage.
That's crazy.
Oh. That mage nearly died with one hit. Oh no, it wasn't a mage, it was an archer.
Come on, mate, make them shots count. Let's go.
Hit your shots, bro.
Totally missing.
These are fun, man. These are really fun. What it needs is, yeah, a lot more. Oh, look, he fully healed himself.
He does a group. They've so stolen that from Groot.
Oh wow. Oh. That animation is. Oh.
What did he get hit by then?
His arm. He swung his
Look
arm.
how long it is. Oh, stretch fucking Armstrong. Look how big it goes. What on earth? You have to jump it like oh, what's that show? Oh, you on the
Ninja Warrior. Or no. Oh. Takeshi's Castle, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Is this timed? Is it timed, Lujo?
Yeah, time left 13 minutes.
Oof.
Same with the other one in the church.
Ah, yeah.
Remember, we all wiped and you had to wait for the 15 minutes because there was no respawn thing.
Yeah, boys are saying it was bugged and he healed far too much. Love it.
Mano, que porra é essa, velho?
Look how long his arm is.
Nossa. Ele é muito forte, velho.
Ele é muito
Can't believe we didn't even do this.
Muito pior.
This one doesn't seem to have the really loud like footstep sound effect that was on the other end boss.
Yeah.
The one in the church. That was a cool boss, man.
I thought the one in the church was the one that was broken, wasn't it? We never finished it because it was broken.
So the one upstairs in Eden Grove, like
the one where we took the
tower.
picture, that epic photo.
No, so the one in the tower was the one that we couldn't finish because it just kept disappearing. The one in the church was the one we were farming drops from, and then the one behind the church was the other Spriggan.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the end game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be right back,
You
boys.
could only go in with 5 people, and Paul went in, didn't he? Remember, we got the key for it, and Paul went in,
Yeah.
and they got killed.
Yeah.
Ó, quem tiver cura, quem tiver de heal, cura aqui, ó.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this actually, I don't remember fighting a boss like this. You know, this is actually pretty cool. Let's skip forward, see how they do.
Meu irmão.
Ele destrói o escudo.
Não é real, velho, isso.
É muito insano a velocidade que ele cura, cara. Não tem como.
It's pretty cool.
Ele continua, se liga.
It's a Mortal Kombat. Get over here. Get over here.
Quando eu tiver. A gente não tá com a parada toda.
You should have tried playing with a staff Dutch. was bloody impossible to hit anything.
A coruja consegue me helar?
Sem flash. Tá vindo a porra inteira.
Valeu.
Ele dá uma daquela passada.
Come on, boys, you can do it. What do you got left? 3 minutes? 2 minutes?
Nossa,
I guess
ele
because of the heal, it's just impossible.
Ele fez aquela parada lá.
Or you just need shed loads of damage. Yeah, look at his
Just
heal.
need big damage.
He's gone full heal again
Cara,
with 1
foda
minute
que
to
eu
go.
vi, sabe o que eu percebi, velho? Ele mesmo depois que a gente
Nossa,
pega um
horrendous.
casulo, ele fica curando, velho. É ridículo.
Sim, ele continua curando. Teria que tipo, destruir insta o casulo e ainda assim.
But this sort of difficulty,
Não adianta, eu gravei aqui. tá
Would be
gravado.
good if,
Ele literalmente-
you know, it's near on impossible to do. That would be good.
Não.
Faria sentido. Não, ele.
Nalof, we hope so, man. We hope so. It just needs more of them. You know, lots more diversity and
Demorou a primeira vez destruir o negócio. E ele já tava se curando.
variations, basically.
Cara, tá ridículo. Isso daqui eu acho que não tá certo, cara. Tem algo errado com esse boss, cara.
Eu.
What happens when it's
Esquema pra.
15 seconds to go? See what it does.
Sei lá.
Some out, maybe.
stunar ele.
Casulo, alguém ficar dentro do casulo, será?
Não, acho que dentro do casulo ficar dentro não deve funcionar.
Requarter is going to be really fun. I'm excited for Eben Scale.
Acabou.
That's a end zone area, isn't it? Hoping it's going to look mega cool. His aim hurts so much. Yeah, he could improve his bow skills. For sure. Oh, that's it, that just throws you out. What are they all? Level 60, 58, 60. And these guys did well. GG boys, GG. What else we have here? Spriggan again. That is cool. Anyone know what the sparkly bits on the ground were?
I'm back.
Go back.
I left the cake in the oven too long.
The Eben Scale boss they put in the dungeon, I think. I hope she's in the expedition. Should be pretty cool. Hey, so that's what happens if you destroy him. Look, he blows up. He combusts. That's pretty cool. Remember, this is 430p, really low res.
So is that the same color as the one they were fighting, or is that different?
I think it's the same one, yeah. Just really enhanced colors for these gifts. Yeah, shoot fire on the tree. It would be good if these types of things affect different areas, you know. Obviously shooting a tree with fire would make sense that it would do more damage, but I don't know if these things are in the game yet or not. Actually pretty cool. I haven't seen these before. A bull shield. So this was the other Spriggan zone, which they've just classed down as general screenshots. I mean, this looks like they're attacking each other. So shooting with
PvP inside the zone, dude.
possibly. I mean, I feel like there should be a boss here. I don't know.
This looks way different, though. That wasn't the area that we were in.
Yeah, so do you remember everyone sort of stood on the end here and they could watch us fight inside this zone here? This is like the church where we fought the boss, like after going through that corrupted zone. That's like this.
Is it?
bit here. Yeah.
Yeah. And then beyond that was the end game boss.
I thought the church was way closer and way bigger.
Not sure. That is the church though, and yeah, you can see like the gully here.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
where you
yeah.
had to like pour into the zone or whatever. Yeah, I think this is getting into Spriggany. This is a new one. Spriggan frontal. We got a rear Spriggan. No. Wait, this looks like a fort. Yeah, this is a fort. So this must be. We digress. This must be invasion stuff.
It looks like, yeah.
There's the fort. Is the PvE. Well, it does actually say invade there. So yes.
There you go.
Hey. These are just some more great pictures. Again, look at the quality. It actually looks wicked. Sweet. All right. Well, that is a quick look into the Garden of Genesis. So I'm
Do
assuming.
you know
that...
what we have to do, though?
What's that?
Give props to whoever takes the screenshots for this game.
They are pretty beautiful.
They are insane.
They are good. And yeah, so what they've said at the end is we're excited to have released the Amrine Excavation Garden of Genesis expeditions in the alpha. So people have been playing these, which is cool. Data from the alpha test, as well as the feedback from the testers themselves, will be studied closely and fine tuning will be done. Blah 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 blah. I mean, that is the end of the expeditions update. What we wanted to kind of get from you guys, if you guys are still hanging in there and chat with us, maybe some ideas of what you would like to see for some sort of end game PvE content outside of the dungeons that they've brought in. Tires is gone. Oh.
Sorry, man. Samsung. What can I say?
Right, I mean, what's happened with it?
He uses his phone.
I had a really long phone call before.
So what? You've got no electricity to charge it?
Okay, Ped. Maybe you're stupid enough to sit on the phone while it's plugged into a wall, but I'm not.
No, sensible people do that because they'll be like, if I'm on the phone for ages, my phone's going to run out of battery.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be on the phone for ages, did I?
Hi, Eyes, you talk for Ireland. You always know you're going to be on the phone for.
Ped, I am going to literally smash your head with a battle axe, like 100%.
Here we go. Heavy. Something terrifying like a swamp that slows the entire group. Then dodge mechanics. F on the memes. Prioritize your shit. Damn right, Altair. Damn right. Yes. I think basically what they've done is they released the Amrine Excavation and the Garden of Genesis in 2 current zones. And then they released Dynasty Shipyard, which goes to Ebonscale Reach, which comes out in next week's patch. Or the patch is live, you can go and read it. But on our show, next week's patch. And then you've got this Lazarus Instrumentality, which I can't actually remember. I'm going to have a little look. Where, or if they've hinted to where it is. I cannot remember. Oh, yeah, so Reekwater. So both new zones have new expeditions. So fingers crossed they release even more new zones and more new expeditions to go in there. And the more new zones that they release as well, the more PvP that they bring too. So, yeah, fingers crossed, basically. More content, PvP side and PvE side. Maybe a 25-man woman PvE raid kind of thing. Wasn't there like... Well, there is, isn't there? There's like the open world bosses. World bosses. Open world bosses.
Yeah, there's world bosses, yeah. Some of them drop jewelry and stuff like that. We were trying to farm them.
Which would be cool to do. Or they bring more in, basically. It'd be good if they brought more of them in. Well, I mean, unless you guys have any questions, it's getting quite late. We're getting old over here, so we can't do too many late nights anymore. But do any of you guys have any
for
questions?
Yourself.
Any of you questions? Well, you ain't got a camera, so we can't.
Yeah. It's because I was up late. No.
Something like that.
Role playing in prison.
Cave.
Should roleplay, get somebody playing as Ped so I can shoot him in the face.
Envy, do you mean like sort of like an open world thing that is an instance? So the Amrine Excavation there, it's kind of like that. You know, you have to go into the cave, but it's all instance in it. So it would be cool to have an open world. To be fair, yeah. How many keeps castles? Shite. I know it. I'm gonna guess 11. But I can check.
Well, there's one fort per settlement, isn't there?
There is indeed.
So for every new zone will be a new fort. But then you've got the battleground, the rush outpost. How many outposts are there per settlement? Is it 1 or 2?
So what do you mean?
There
There's one
be
fort.
pirates.
One fort per settlement. Just trying to... Okay.
For the
one-
outpost rush.
There is 11. I got it right. There's 11.
So, Envy said something I've never seen in a game would be like cave excavations. Like you have to delve down into a cave to get resources and possible spawns. They did have mines in the game. I don't know. You could go in. You didn't go necessarily down on the ground into a dungeon or anything, but there was.
Yeah, with those crazy guys that were like the characters on that movie with Ice Cube on Mars, where they all got the rage.
Yeah. And they were just like smacking you. While
Natasha Henstridge and a pair of pistols. Great movie.
You watch too many movies.
I'm old.
Jerry, good to see you, man. Love you, dude. And whichever guild holds the keep castle gains materials from it. So the way the sort of the territories work at the moment is if so basically we'd all go into the game. We can go and buy a territory essentially, or a town, and within that town we can then. We can pay for upgrades, so we can say we want to take the crafting station or the cooking station from tier 0 to tier 1, and we got to pay 5,000 gold to do so. And when we initiate that, everyone gets to do what's called town quests. I'm assuming this is all still the same. And then once all these town quests have been done, whether it's like going to pick up chickens or whatever the quest may be, that upgrade then gets complete, so your cooking is now tier 1 and you can craft better things. So the idea is that if you control it, you can choose which crafting stations you want to upgrade and what you want to do as a team, and then you can tax that shit too. So every time someone comes to use our cooking station, they pay a tax to use our crafting. Every town has a fort attached to it, so we then set and say, right, at 9 p.m. is when people can declare war on us, and every single day basically someone can declare war on our town. But what they brought out in the patch that we're going to talk about next time is they're utilizing the forts. So as an example, let's take Weaver's Fen. If we own Weaver's Fen, how the fuck do you explain it? So outside of the territory wars where someone could come in and fight for our fort and claim our town, they've introduced something called faction control points, which basically means for the other 23 hours of that day, a faction can own our fort, or basically. So if we owned Weaver's Fen fort outside of the territory wars, we would get increased coin experience, territory standing, and faction token rewards from faction missions, which basically means, it's a faction mission, a faction quest, by 5%. And if you owned that plus Morningdale, you would then get increased coin experience by 5% from expeditions too. Thanks for the follow, mate. So outside of the territory wars, which is how you control your city, you've then got these other PvP sort of hotspots, which gives you other buffs. Sorry, I'll bring Type back. 1 second.
Yeah, but just drag me in, will you?
There we go. He's back.
Thanks,
Sorry.
man.
Sorry about
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I feel included now. Thanks.
So there's a few reasons to hold in the 4 basically. One is just big dicking, and you're gonna get these awesome territory wars, which is a 50v50, and then also you get to control the way you build the town basically. Captain Slap, what's up, buddy?
Uh-oh.
Thanks for the follow, Phoenix. Dennis, what was it? Devo says, is 1vx possible in open world, and will I be able to solo players? Yes, good sir,
Yes.
you will indeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go on, Ty, you answer that one.
What?
Any more to say
Can
on
we
that?
1vx?
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Expand, baby.
I want to miss. Yeah, you can, of course. So, combat to me personally is very, very similar to Dark Souls. So it's very like you need to. How would I say it? You're not necessarily planted when you make an attack, but you have an animation that you need to follow through with. So it's a lot of making other people whiff and then timing your attacks and your dodges and stuff like that. Of course, taking on 2 people is still difficult in any game, like especially a game like this where it's melee combat. But it's absolutely possible if you play your cards right, yeah, and your positioning, you will definitely be able to 1vx. Any more than 2 or 3, or like 3 or 4, maybe not. Like I feel like it'll still be a bit difficult unless you're out gearing them, because you're just gonna get bet up. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you're John Wick, you're not taking on 5 people. So
I think there was a video of a guy taking on 5, and he had a bow and something like a sword.
yeah.
And he
Like,
did
that's
it,
what I
but
mean.
They were pretty bad players, you know.
Yeah, if you're going against players, like we're speaking about, like, come on, like a couple months down the line, you know, when people are all kind of conditioned to knowing how to fight and they know their styles, then I think it's going to be fairly difficult to beat a 1vx, but it is possible.
Oh, Deadly Snake just actually mentioned it up there. Bow user take down 5 alone. Yeah, the game has changed for sure, but it should be possible because it is all sort of, you know, skill based as such. But you know, we were just watching that guy do the PvE there of the Spriggan, and he missed, you know, 80% of his shots.
Yeah.
And if you come across someone like that, you can just go up to him and slap him about, and he's not going to be able to hurt you because, well, yeah, he's bad, but yeah, it's very situation dependent, I guess. Hey, you love it. You love it. Kelly says, any idea how New World is going to compare to Sword of Legends Online and or Elon? I actually haven't seen these games.
Never heard of either of them, to be honest.
I think on the Discord, actually, some of the boys were talking about it. I think they're more I think they're sort of taking a more generic WoW look by the look of these pictures here. But I haven't looked into it much, to be honest, man. I have no idea. Not a clue. Sorry to disappoint.
If it's like WoW's combat, it's going to be completely 2 different genres, in my opinion. The only similarity is MMO, obviously, but
yeah, it's a bit more anime, isn't it, than what I think a lot of us like about New World is
It looks amazing.
it looks cool, and it's got that sort of dare I say it, realism to it. You know, I like the muskets, the bows and arrows, that sort of sword shield combat. Obviously, have these badass Spriggans and whatnot. It's not very realistic, but I like that.
Devo says that New World is the next step up from ESO, to be honest. I do think as far as MMO, yeah, but they're both 2 different games. Like, ESO's kind of like, it's not tab targeting, but it's like, what is that called? It's something targeting anyway. When you just aim at something and then your attack automatically goes to that, just as long as your cursor's kind of near it. This game is very tactile in the fact that your weapon, if your weapon does not hit that person, you're not going to do damage. Or when you're hit, you take damage. Or when a projectile direct hits you, you take damage. Like, there's no, at least that from what we've seen in the preview, there's no like aim assist or anything for like, you know, you shoot a projectile and it homes in on something. It doesn't do that. You genuinely have to aim and time your shots with like magic and bows and stuff like that.
Salamander's in the house. What's up, dude? So Salamanders lead a crew in Conqueror's Blade. We joined them for a few fights.
Salamanders.
I hate territory wars in Conqueror's Blade, man. What is a short opinion on New World and the general target? The general target is to just kick ass and lots of PvP. And my opinion is I don't really have one, apart from I'm fanboying updates right now because we haven't had a chance to play it for a good few months, and a lot has changed since. So pre-order it, mate. Come play in the beta. And it's going to be great fun. It's going to be great fun. Even if we run out of content in like 6 months, that's going to be 6 months of absolute glory. Apex chat shit. Okay.
No alpha key, no hat with a New World symbol on it. Sad times. I mean, and it's not even like sunny in the UK, and it's May, and we had a May bank holiday, freezing and wet and shit. So apart from that, life's great.
Phoenix says Brazilians are anxious to play New World and prepare a gigantic community of players who love a battle. Your life is interesting. See you in Eternum. Hugs.
Wait, what was that? I missed that. Oh, well, Phoenix, sorry. Your life is interesting. Oh, that's very kind.
So we've got what? We've got, what are we now? We've got one more. Well, we've got a big set of patch notes next, haven't we? Which we reckon we'll do over 2 weeks.
Yes.
So hopefully there'll be some new stuff very soon that we'll be able to discuss.
as far as I'm allowed to discuss, because I've seen people far larger than me say it, there's something really exciting coming next week. Like genuinely really exciting. So next week we're gonna sort of not talk about patch notes and updates. Probably not. We're gonna have some other cool content.
Some juicy juice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And then after that, we'll be talking about the PvP vision and the new features, which again sort of back into our realm and what most of us are excited by. PvP. So yeah, I mean we are running over on time, but if we've got any last questions we can answer. In the meantime, Ped and Tight and Spiv, you're still Spiv just spoke. So as far as I'm aware, Peddler, Tight, and Spiv are all going to be Altair 2 are going to be streaming New World from a pirate gaming point of view and from our company point of view. We are going to continue doing New World Wednesday, even after the game launches, again, and talk about, I don't know, the upcoming invasion or the upcoming war, or what sort of crafting stations we want to upgrade PG Stream Team. I think what's going to be cool is I'd like to grab everyone's streams and like show the battles from different angles. If we have this really epic battle, try and make this cinematic masterpiece of the battle. Last question.
Naughty
Can
Spiv.
we have another hint about it? Yes, maybe.
Careful, Dan. Careful.
It's kind of related to what we've seen today. that's basically it's going to be really exciting. So come and hang around next week, and it's going to be glorious.
He doesn't want to get decapitated by Greg.
I can't say any more. Yeah, I can't say any more. But it's gonna be solid. So yeah, give Ped, Ty, Spiv, Altair a follow. Keep up to date. I don't know what to say. I'm just chatting shit now. So join the Discord.
You do that all the time. It's okay, dude.
Thank you. Join the Discord. Everyone can do the shout out thing. I've got it here. So you do exclamation mark shout out and then someone's name.
Viv, stop asking questions, you naughty lady.
I know nothing of a new dungeon relief. What I'm personally hoping for is a lot more areas to be brought to us. Again, last week we all got far too excited about bloody pirate shipping and new islands and all that sort of stuff. I think
that was cool.
It was really fun, actually.
I want a pirate ship. I want a pirate gaming galleon.
So yeah, I'm definitely hoping that new areas come out. What I'd love to see again is towns develop as you develop the towns. That would be really cool. But yeah, outside of that, is your mate Def's Pirate going to be getting involved in this potentially, or
I don't know. I was just watching him in Arena, and Strife is giving me shit on Discord.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
So basically, boys,
Lord.
that being said, thanks for joining for New World. Ped, Tight, thanks again.
Yeah, man. Got a big smile on my face, Grand.
Yeah, it looks big, right? Do any of you guys have any friends online that are streaming right now that we could
have any friends? No.
That we could hop in together and give them a bit of pirate gaming raid?
Make sure you turn up next week.
Yeah, so down to Quest.
Yeah, there's some big news next week. You gotta come.
It's only 7 days, Spiv. Only 7 days.
Down to Quest is a shout.
There will be big damage.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
Let's see, but the subs.
So it would seem.
Thanks, Milkin. Thanks, Warstoric.
So basically, Cap has suggested that we raid Down to Quest. Down to Quest is an actual gaming house that stream 24/7. Cap, do you know if they're going to be playing New World, these dudes? They're a 24/7 live 420 friendly collab stream. I think so. Sweet. All right. Let's prepare the spam. They played the beta. Cool. So Cap has been or is quite a big part of the Down to Quest community. So I actually don't know this dude that's streaming currently, but let me prepare the lead. Remember, prepare the spam. Remember, we love big pirate gaming raid spam.
Thanks very much.
Before we annoy them that much. As always, you legends will be chatting on Discord for a bit, talking old man stuff, just chilling out for a bit. So come and hang out on our Discord. Here's the link one more time. If you want to join the company, we're like 80% full, but
the community, the PG community's got spaces, hasn't it?
We do have spaces still, so come say hey if you're not already in yet, and prepare to spam. Let's go, have fun. Love you guys. See you later. Goodbye.
Peace.
Goodbye.